this is Jay from Bro Gaming TCG, and today we are back with some more Elder Scrolls gameplay. Now, I know it's been a while since I've uploaded. I have been very busy with school and stuff like that, but be assured, I think I've said this several times now that I am going to be uploading every day, but hopefully you guys can take my word on that this time around, because I really am going to try and get back to uploading every day because it, it allows the channel to grow a lot better. Anyways, getting into the gameplay here, this game is definitely a little bit odd. This is for my promotion to rank 10, which I've been doing a little bit better with playing some Elder Scrolls Legends this month and getting those ranks up, because I do want to show some higher rank gameplay. I think that I'm good enough to be able to play in the higher ranks, like around the 4 and 5 range, possibly. So hopefully this month we will get to that. That is my goal. But these first few turns are pretty much just us just kind of countering each other, and I think that I could have probably played the start of this game a little bit better and not tried to counter him as much, because basically all he does is I counter him, he counters me, I counter him, he counters me. So I'm going to go ahead and play my Markall Gatekeeper here. Basically, I didn't have enough to use Stone Throw, or I would have used Stone Throw to get that Shrieking Harpy out of the way, because basically I knew that in the coming turn I was going to have to either take a hit from this Shrieking Harpy or sacrifice my Orc Captain to kill it. So it goes ahead, kills my Markall Gatekeeper. He has a Fireball in his hand, so he's going to wipe out my entire field, and then he's going to play a Daggerfall Mage. And this is kind of where I start to realize, okay, basically all he's doing is countering me, and all I'm doing is countering him. We're making no progress in this game. He does have an Elixir of Vitality down on the field, so he can heal himself at any particular time. Now me, I didn't have that great of a starting hand. I started with Fate Weaver and Arcano in my hand, and I drew into a Lightning Bolt. So it's not exactly the best hand that I've wanted to start out with, you know. Luckily, we're already on turn 6, and I'm going to go ahead and play my Fate Weaver and draw a Crushing Blow off that. I was really hoping for a powerful creature off of that. Another Fate Weaver would have been nice, into a maybe a Camelorn Sentinel. That would have been really good. That would have been probably the best case scenario, but unfortunately for me, that's not going to happen. At this point in time, I do recognize that he has 2 elixirs down on the field, meaning he can heal for 4 damage a turn. So I definitely need to be outputting more than 4 damage a turn, and he's going to go ahead and throw down another Shrieking Harpy and another Elixir of Vitality. That means he can now heal for 6 damage a turn, something that is going to be extremely hard for me to do, is put 6 damage out per turn at this point in the game. So if he started to use these Elixir of Vitalities, he could very easily gain a health advantage on the game. Now, at this point in time, I'm not really caring about that Daggerfall Mage over there. I don't really want to give it something to break its ward and give him a Tone of Alteration. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to attack with my Shrieking Harpy here, and then play my Spider Worker, allowing me to draw another Spider Worker, which I'm going to go ahead and play. I don't really have anything in my hand that I want to play, and that Lurking Crocodile is actually a pretty good draw. I could have played it, but instead I decided to get that Shrieking Harpy out of my way, so it cannot destroy my own Shrieking Harpy or my Fate Weaver, it actually would have left my Fate Weaver with 1. But with 7, I could possibly play Arcano next turn. He's going to go ahead and play College of Winterhold, which I'd actually never seen this card played before. Basically, what College of Winterhold does is it allows you to pick a 1-cost spell card, and then the turn after that it allows you to pick a 2-cost spell card, and then the turn after that it allows you to pick a 3-cost spell card, which is very nice. Now I draw into Fate Weaver here, and I kind of start thinking of my options. He still has quite a bit of health, and laying Arcano down, considering that it is a game ender card, I go ahead and sacrifice one of my Spider Workers to play a Fate Weaver, and I get an Orc off of it, which is very nice, my Prophecy Orc off of it, and it is a 4-1, so actually very good to get that stuff off of it. It's going to allow me to output a lot of damage, and considering he hasn't used his Elixir of Vitalities yet, I'm kind of confused at what he's trying to do here, but he goes ahead, uses his College of Winterhold for his 2-cost spell. He does have 8 Magicka, plus he still has 3 of his Magicka, plus basically his +1 Magickas off of his ring. He hasn't used any of those yet. So looking at this board, he still kind of does have quite a bit of an advantage, and he's going to go ahead and play this card. I forget what it's called, but basically what it does is it allows you to use each of your supporters one more time during a turn, and it adds an extra use to your supporters, which is kind of crazy because then he could use Elixir of Vitality twice, and that's exactly what he does, healing him all the way back up to 30 HP. So now he does have the health advantage by 4, and he's got a guard down, which kind of gives him board advantage a little bit at this point. Not too much. I think the board's pretty even, honestly, because I could have taken it out with sacrificing my Shrieking Harpy and my Orc, or sacrificing both of my Fate Weavers. Instead, I go ahead and play Arcano and think to myself, let's go ahead and use Arcano's ability to take this out so we can get max damage this turn. It was an incredibly risky play, and probably an incredibly stupid play if he would have had something in his hand. Basically, I was banking on the fact that he had nothing in his hand to counteract Arcano, which to me, when he goes ahead and uses his Daggerfall Mage's Ward and gets that Tome of Alteration in his hand, it kind of tells me that he didn't have anything to counteract it. But right there, he goes ahead and he plays this guard into the 1 lane to destroy one of my Fate Weavers, which is kind of odd because you think that you would play that into the opposite lane to try and get Arcano off of the field, because 1, it gives my spells breakthrough, and he's a 5/5. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to clash into that. I have 11 damage in my hand currently. Unfortunately, though, I'm going to have to use Cast Out, which is going to in turn make me not have enough Magicka to play all of my Crushing Blow in my 2 Lightning Bolts to get that 11 damage down. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cast out his big guard. Basically, it's a 10-cost Magicka creature, and if he plays it again, he's going to have to use all of his Magicka next turn to do that. Now, he does, I believe, have 2 uses on his Elixir of Vitalities. Maybe he's only got 1, but I'm for sure. But he's at 14 right now, and I've got quite a few creatures on the field. I have a Fate Weaver, I have Arcano, and then I have 2 of my Lurking Crocodiles down there on the field. No, he actually only has 1 on his Elixirs of Vitality, doesn't he? And he's got 1 on his College of Winterhold. He's going to go ahead and use this card. I actually forget what it's called. I think it was Piercing Javelin, to destroy one of my creatures. And he's going to take out Arcano, which is very unfortunate because Arcano kind of had the game secured for me if he lived through that next turn. Now, he's only got 14, so I know at this point if he doesn't take out my Lurking Crocodiles, then I have enough damage to get him down to 11, but if he uses his Elixir Vitalities, I wouldn't have. He actually decides not to use his Elixirs of Vitalities, and I go ahead and taunt him because it was really odd that he decided against using his Elixirs of Vitalities. I don't know why he wouldn't, other than the fact that he was waiting on something to use in his hand to kind of play something, but unfortunately that loses him the game. I really didn't take too much damage that time. I played with my board control very well, and I think I played that game decent. In the comment section below, leave some comments on how you thought I played this game, or what improvements that I could make, and there's my promotion to Lords. Anyways, guys, this has been Jay from Bro Gaming TCG. I want to thank you all for watching and remind you to always keep on battling and pursue your dreams.